Welcome to one of the fastest growing sports YouTube channels out there, Gold and Blue Dude. We all know that universities can't actually be fired from a conference, but if they could, who would be the schools that would be fired from the remaining Power 4 conferences? And why? Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Gold and Blue Dude. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I do college football videos every single day. While you're here, go check out my good friends at tristatewoodsketch.com. All you have to do is send them the picture and they'll transfer it onto wood. It's a great gift for anybody, and it's never too early to go Christmas shopping. Mention Gold and Blue Dude and you'll get 20% off. Quick reminder about my score prediction contest. Every week I'll pick out one game and I'm going to have you guys guess the score. All you have to do is jump over to my Patreon page, join my Patreon page, then email me your score prediction. Deadline will be 6 p.m. every Friday, and the person that gets closest to the actual score wins the money. If there's a tie, the money will get split. But if I don't get enough members on my Patreon page, I'll have to lower that prize money to $20. So the size of the prize money is up to you guys, and you can win more than once. So you can win a lot of money if you know what you're doing. Today we're going to talk about schools that would be fired from their power conference if that were possible, and why. The first conference we'll talk about is the ACC. Two teams are on the fringe. In other words, I wouldn't fire them right now, but they're pretty close. The first team, Syracuse. They haven't been any good in football in the past 10 years. Here's their records. Starting in 2011, 5-7, 8-5, 7-6, 3-9, 4-8, 4-8, 4-8. 2018 when they went 10-3 and 5-7, then last year 1-10. Basketball is a different story though. Starting in the 2011-2012 season, here's their winning percentage: 92%, 75%, 82%, 58%, 62%, 56%, 62%, 59%, 56%, and 64%. So they're pretty consistent in basketball, and that's why I wouldn't fire them at the moment. Syracuse needs to build a new stadium for their football team. The Carrier Dome only holds 49,250. I mean, it's a nice cozy environment. That's a small stadium. You gotta do better, Syracuse. Upgrade your stadium. The next team that's on the fringe but not quite fired is Georgia Tech. Here's their football record since 2011. 8-5, 7-7, 7-6. In 2014, 11-4, 3-9, 9-4, 5-6, 7-6, 3-9, and 3-7. Not very good in football. But what about basketball? Starting in the 2011-2012 season, here's their winning percentage: 36%, 52%, 49%, 39%, 58%, 57%, 41%, 44%, 55%, and 65%. So they're even closer to the chopping block than Syracuse. Bobby Dodd Stadium holds 55,000. Personally, I think they need a whole new stadium. Adding on has just made it look awkward and weird. It's too old, guys. Time to build a new stadium. Here's the two teams that I actually would fire from the ACC this year. The first team, Boston College. Here's their record since 2011. 4-8, 2-10, 7-6, 7-6, 3-9, 7-6, 7-6, 7-5, 6-7, and 6-5. Not good. What about their basketball record? Well, here's their winning percentage starting in the 2011-2012 season. 29%, 49%, 25%, 41%, 22%, 28%, 54%, 45%, 41%, and 20%. Honestly, I don't know why Boston College is in the ACC. They bring nothing to the table. Alumni Stadium holds 44,500. Not a big stadium at all. Boston College does not have a good brand at all. I get it, they're in Boston. That's a big TV market. But who actually watches Boston College games in Boston? Nobody. Boston College, you're fired. Next team that I would fire is Wake Forest. Here's their football record since 2011. 6-7, 5-7, 4-8, 3-9, 3-9, 7-6, 8-5, 7-6, 8-5, and 4-5. So a couple of 8-win seasons in there. Still not great though. Here's their winning percentage in basketball since the 2011-2012 season. 42%, 42%, 52%, 41%, 36%, 58%, 36%, 36%, 42%, and 27%. Tim Duncan must be scratching his head going, what in the world happened to my university? Truist Field, their football stadium, holds 31,500. Guys, you are way behind on the times. You bring nothing to the table. I get it. Academics. It helps the numbers look good, but they're not bringing money to the ACC. You're fired, Wake Forest. Next conference is the Big Ten. The first team that's on the fringe but not quite fired yet is Purdue. Here's their football record since 2011. 7-6, 6-7, 1-11, 3-9, 2-10, 3-9, 7-6, 6-7, 4-8, 2-4. Not very good in football. Here's their basketball winning percentage since the 2011-2012 season. 63%, 47%, 47%, 62%, 74%, 77%, 81%, 72%, 52%, and 64%. Basketball is what saves your butt right now, Purdue. Ross-Ade Stadium holds 57,236. That's not a terrible size, but you're in the Big Ten. You can do better. You need to have more success in your football program for me to completely change my mind. You're not quite fired yet, but you're headed in that direction, Purdue. The next team that's on the fringe, Northwestern. Here's their football record since 2011. 6-7 in a 10-3 season, 5-7, 5-7, another 10-3 season, 7-6, another 10-3 season, 9-5, 3-9, and 7-2. Here's their basketball winning percentage since the 2011-2012 season. 58%, 41%, 42%, 47%, 63%, 67%, 47%, 41%, 26%, and 38%. The basketball, not good at all. And those 3 10-win seasons in the last decade is what's kept you from me firing you from the Big Ten. Ryan Field holds 47,130. You gotta expand or something. That's too small of a stadium. You're safe for now, Northwestern, but you need to do something. Here's the teams that I would fire. The first team, Rutgers. Here's their football record since 2011. 9-4, 9-4, 6-7, 8-5, 4-8, 2-10, 4-8, 1-11, 2-10, 3-6. So they had a decent start, but recently, not good at all. Here's their basketball winning percentage the 2011-2012 season. 44%, 48%, 36%, 31%, 22%, 46%, 44%, 45%, 65%, and 57%. So a decent past 2 years. The problem is, you're not very good in football. You're okay in basketball at the moment. Your brand is not strong at all. SHI Stadium holds 52,454. Not terribly small, but not really all that big. You need to do better in the Big Ten. And who really watches Rutgers games? Nobody. You don't really bring anything to the table. Rutgers, I'm definitely not sorry. You're fired. The next team that I would fire, Maryland. Here's their football record since 2011. 2-10, 4-8, 7-6, 7-6, 3-9, 6-7, 4-8, 5-7, 3-9, 2-3. Not good in football at all. Here's their basketball winning percentage starting in the 2011-2012 season. 53%, 66%, 53%, 80%, 75%, 73%, 60%, 68%, 77%, and 55%. So a decent winning percentage in basketball. The problem is you're terrible in football. Capital One Field at Maryland Stadium holds 54,000. I mean, that's not super small, but you're in the Big Ten, Maryland. And nobody really watches a Maryland game. So you're not really making the ACC any money. Maryland, this was a tough one, but sorry, you're fired. Last team in the Big Ten that I would fire, Illinois. Here's their football record since 2011. 7-6, 2-10, 4-8, 6-7, 5-7, 3-9, 2-10, 4-8, 6-7, 2-6. Absolutely dreadful in football. Here's their winning percentage in basketball since the 2011-2012 season. 53%, 64%, 57%, 58%, 44%, 57%, 44%, 36%, 68%, and 77%. So pretty good 2 years the past 2 years, but not enough to make up for the disaster of a program you have in football. Memorial Stadium holds 60,670. That's not bad. At least you have 60,000. So you're okay there. I just don't think Illinois brings anything to the Big Ten. I mean, does anybody actually watch Illinois games, football or basketball? Not really. I don't think they care about Illinois University in the city of Chicago. I could be wrong, but I think they just really don't care about you, Illinois. You're fired. Next up, the Pac-12. The first team that's on the fringe, but not fired, is Cal. Here's their football record since 2011. 7-6, 3-9, 1-11, 5-7, 8-5, 5-7, 5-7, 7-6, 8-5, and 1-3. So not great, but not horrible. Here's their basketball winning percentage starting in the 2011-2012 season. 71%, 64%, 60%, 55%, 68%, 62%, yikes, 25%, 26%, 44%, and 31%. So you've fallen off in the past 4 years in your basketball program. California Memorial Stadium holds 63,000. That's not bad. Cal, you're hanging on by a thread. I'm not going to fire you for now. The next team that's on the fringe is Stanford. Here's their football record since 2011. Pretty good start. 11-2, 12-2, 11-3, 8-12-2, 10-5, 9-5, 9-4, 4-8, and 4-2. Here's their winning percentage in basketball starting in the 2011-2012 season. 71%, 56%, 64%, 65%, 50%, 46%, 54%, 48%, 63%, and 52%. So a very good start in football and pretty decent in basketball. Stanford Stadium holds 50,000. Y'all need to add on or something. That's too small of a stadium. It's not horrific, but it's still small. Your brand is a little bit stronger than some of the other teams that I mentioned, so you're safe for now. The first team that I'm going to fire from the Pac-12 is Oregon State. Here's their football record since 2011. 3-9, 9-4, 7-6, 5-7, 2-10, 4-8, 1-11, 2-10, 5-7, and 2-5. Here's their basketball winning percentage starting in the 2011-2012 season. 58%, 49%, 50%, 55%, 60%, 16%, 50%, 58%, 58%, and 61%. So you've been kind of okay in basketball, but that's definitely not good enough to make up for your football deficiencies. Research Stadium holds 45,674. That's a bit small. Needs to be bigger. Oregon State, you just don't bring enough to the table in the Pac-12. You're fired. The other team that I'm going to fire from the Pac-12 is Washington State. Here's their football record since 2011. 4-8, 3-9, 6-7, 3-9, 9-4, 8-5, 9-4, 11-2, not bad. 6-7 and 1-3. Here's their basketball winning percentage starting in the 2011-2012 season. 51%, 41%, 32%, 42%, 29%, 42%, 39%, 34%, 50%, and 52%. So dreadful in basketball. Not very good in football. You had a small period of time where you were good in football under Mike Leach. Your football stadium, Martin Stadium, holds 32,952. That tells me all I need to know about Washington State football and the brand. Nobody is interested in watching you, even when you were pretty good. Nobody cared about the Cougars. You bring nothing to the table. Washington State, you're fired. And finally, the SEC. The first team that's on the fringe but not quite fired, Mississippi State. Here's their football record since 2011. 7-6, 8-5, 7-6, 10-3, 9-4, 6-7, 9-4, 8-5, 6-7, 4-7. Not bad in football, I'll give you that. Here's your winning percentage in basketball starting in the 2011-2012 season. 64%, 31%, 42%, 41%, 45%, 50%, 68%, 68%, 65%, and 55%. So you've been kind of okay in basketball. Davis Wade Stadium holds 61,337. You've renovated it. You're planning to expand even more. So at least you're trying. You're safe for now, Mississippi State. The other team that's on the fringe but not quite fired, Arkansas. Here's their football record since 2011. They start off with a good record, 11-2, but after that, 4-8, 3-9, 7-6, 8-5, 7-6, 4-8, 2-10, 2-10, and 3-7. Hasn't been a very good decade for you in football. Here's your basketball winning percentage starting in the 2011-2012 season. 56%, 59%, 65%, 75%, 50%, 72%, 66%, 53%, 63%, and 78%. So not terrible in basketball, kind of okay. Arkansas has two stadiums. Why in the world do you have two stadiums? First, you have War Memorial Stadium. It holds 54,120. Then you have your main stadium, Donald W. Reynolds Stadium, 76,000. So that's a decent stadium. Stop playing in War Memorial Stadium. It makes no sense. Your brand is decently strong right now. So for right now, you're safe, Arkansas. Here's the first team that I'm going to fire from the SEC, Vanderbilt. Here's their football record since 2011. 6-7, 9-4, 9-4, 3-9, 4-8, 6-7, 5-7, 6-7, 3-9, and 0-9. You've been horrific in football. There was 2 years under James Franklin where you went 9-4. Besides that, terrible. Here's your basketball winning percentage starting in the 2011-2012 season. 70%, 49%, 48%, 60%, 58%, 54%, 38%, 28%, 34%, 36%. So you've been bad in basketball recently as well. Vanderbilt Stadium holds 39,790. That is a super small stadium. Your brand is terrible. Bring nothing to the table. You're fired, Vanderbilt. The other team that I'm going to fire is South Carolina. Here's their football record since 2011. Starts off pretty good under Steve Spurrier. 11-2, 11-2, 11-2. But after that, 7-6, 3-9, 6-7, 9-4, 7-6, 4-8, 2-8. Not very good. Here's your winning percentage in basketball starting in the 2011-2012 season. 32%, 44%, 41%, 52%, 74%, 70%, 52%, 50%, 58%, and 27%. Now you have a decent sized stadium, 80,250, and those fans are loyal. But besides those loyal fans, nobody cares about South Carolina football games, and definitely South Carolina basketball games. You're fired, South Carolina. So those are the teams that I would fire from the remaining Power 4 conferences, and a few teams that are on the fringe, but not quite just yet. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.